Good evening and welcome back to Timberborn, here with our Iron Teeth on hard mode with update 5. And things are going well. We are not dead. We are not dead. We probably had loads of beavers die. Probably I don't see any in here right now, but we probably did. However, we survived. We survived. I do want to preface this with this is the second time I'm recording this episode. The first time I recorded it was just after I recorded the previous episode. And I had to do that because I didn't have time, because I had something coming up that I need to do. However, that has gone past, and I have time to record, so I decided to go back and re-record it now with all your comments, so I can go over the comments, which is fantastic. However, how do we survive? Let's start with that. So the main reason we survived is because in the rubble all down here, which is why I have the camera here, we had kohlrabies. We had 700 and something kohlrabies in a pile, and I think they were here. I did the whole trick where you use the levies to push the rubble around, and I pushed it all as close as I possibly can over here. So there was a big pile of rubble here, big pile over here. We also chopped down all the trees, and there's a box of berries here as well. And this is interesting because this one box of berries is going to last forever and ever and ever, I think. So yeah, but we had 700 here. So what I did is I stopped picking up all the other goods. I lowered the priority, and I upped the priority of that one pile. And the beavers come along, and they picked up all the planks, and they picked up all the gears, and they picked up all the logs, and then finally picked up the kohlrabi. So we got there in the end, which is nice. However, there have been some other changes, some large changes, because we're on cycle 23 now. I think we've gone through 2, maybe 3 cycles. We was in a bad tide, and we've had 2 droughts since that. So the main change is this here. Look at this. And look at this here. I got fed up with the water not working. So I used pretty much all of our planks to build this, which is very nice. The mushrooms are a fantastic thing, but I messed the numbers up. I messed the numbers up completely. I really messed the numbers up on that, but we'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, so we have many pumps. I'm going to leave these and these disabled. In fact, I'm going to remove these. We don't need those. We don't need those because they're all going to be here, which is fine. I'm going to leave those disabled because the pumps here will pump out all the water, and then there'll be some left here. So we have like a reserve tank over here. So I think that's going to work for us. I also have a row of levees here, which I'm ready to put a water dump in. So let's actually do that now. Put a fluid dump. Let me put that there, and hopefully that, when the water goes down, will keep our cassava. I keep saying cassavas like I'm putting an S on the end of it. It's not. It's cassava. We'll keep it wet and moist, and it can still grow, which would be nice. I also have a row of levees down here that we built down here. I put some stairs in, and I don't know why I removed the stairs. I put them in, I built the thing, and then I removed the stairs, and I don't know why I did it. It's weird. But and I'm hoping this will hold a little bit of water here, which will just be enough to keep at least some of our berries alive during long droughts. So that's kind of the idea, just to tick us over. We are out. We've got 102 berries. We are kind of struggling for berries. We're up to 70 beavers. We're up to 76 beavers. Yeah, berries are a bit of a problem. I think beavers have been eating them as well because, yeah, the fermented cats. Yeah. I should unpause this guy so we can actually get some mangroves. That would help. We also have over here a build here, which I'm going to put another water dump in. Let's build that. Boop. Boop, there you go. And we're going to put a farm in here, and this should keep all this land green here because we have built levees all the way around here, which should push all the bad water this way and away from us. So yeah, I'm going to unpause you as well. What I want to do is I want to try and pick up all the scrap in this area here. Try and get all the scrap we can in this area here so that we can then look at how this is laid out, and without the scrap being in the way, build something and do things and change stuff. So that'll be fine. So yeah, so that's the plan there. I need to get to, let's unpause this and go. I need to redo this because I messed this up here. I for some bizarre reason I went 192 divided by 45 and thought that was how many mushrooms an hour it created, which is wrong because 192 divided by 45 means that this produces 4.2 mushrooms an hour, which is why I built all these here. It's not right. It's the other way around. It's 45 divided by 192. These produce basically a quarter of a mushroom an hour. when they're running at full whack. So yeah, that means that you need 4 of these to do 1 fermenter. So I'm going to pause 3 of these fermenters because we don't need them. Are we going to look into maybe building more of these? I kind of want to build more of these. So yeah. However, let me get over onto the comments. And there were lots of them. Thank you very, very much. I'm so glad I actually had the opportunity to re-record this episode so I can actually address the many, many comments. Fantastic, wonderful comments. Zuigi, you mentioned you don't like the splash screens. Really? Really? I get that they could get in the way, but I like them. Considering how often I forget that a change of season is coming, they're a welcome change as far as I'm concerned. Very, yeah, fantastic. Anthony Station, wow, Station. Anthony, your name's not Anthony Station. Sorry. Anthony, thank you. You mentioned about hearing my phone, which just went off a moment ago as well, so I don't know if you heard that one there. I normally have my phone behind the microphone, and it's a directional microphone, so it shouldn't pick it up. But I know it does sometimes if I'm talking and it makes noise, so the gate's open. So, yeah. So, if you do hear my phone or anything like that, I do apologise if it's distracting in any way, shape, or form. I am terrible at remembering to silence things before I do stuff, and if I do silence them, I'll then go a day before I remember to unsilence it and have missed calls and stuff. So, yeah, that just happens. Also, tip from Sky Storm: a 1-line canal is enough to do 5 squares either side of it. Yes, not in this one, on my Folktales one. We've got that going on there. Although I've got a different issue on that one, so that's for that playthrough beer. However, a 2-wide channel does seem to reach as far as you need to. Like it reaches, I believe it's 14 tiles it goes, and I know a 2-wide channel goes at least 12 tiles because that's how big we have our trees. So that's on the other playthrough. But yeah, very. I like the moisture changes. They're harsh. They change things. They break lots of stuff. I can see many more of my builds in the future being 2-wide or 3-wide channels of water, with buildings put on top of them to save as much green land as possible. This is what I should be doing anyway. I know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I can see that. I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. That would. Yeah. So yeah. And Ernest is anything the same thing. Canals are the most efficient way to. Yeah. So we have to make them double wide, which we're not really going to do on this map. I don't think so. Yeah. Mr. Stone said about want the irrigation tower back. Yes, bring it back, and leave it the way it was in its previous form of glory. It would work beautifully now. This change of the moisture fixes the irrigation tower. Basically, I feel like the irrigation tower would now be relevant. The channels are still probably more effective, but you've got to do a lot more effort to get the channels going. It's not only just a single block somewhere. You have to do a lot more effort to get that going. So now the irrigation tower makes sense. It makes sense. Still not a fantastic solution, but it's a good, like you could slap it in over here somewhere, have some green land, and then later when you bring the canals in, you get rid of the irrigation tower. It's a stopgap. So yeah, who'd have thought it? I know you're joking, but who'd have thought it? Hatman, I am Hatman. A decent comment going here. Talking about how food works and how things are working there, and I went through the whole process of in my brain thinking that cassava is better than kohlrabi, and it's not. I will tell you my reasons behind that. I'm basing this on a 20-day cycle, and I'm choosing 20 days because cassava takes 5 days to grow. So in 20 days you get 4. So you get 4 cassava. The fermenter converts 4 into 10. Right? So ignoring the time that this takes and the transport times between them, completely ignoring that, just on the growth time, in 20 days you will get 10 fermented cassava. However, in 20 days you will get 18 kohlrabi. They take 3 days, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 is 6. That's 12. So 21 days. And you'll get 14. So you're talking between 12 and 14 in between there, which makes kohlrabi better, the better food. That doesn't take into account the fact that fermented cassavas is actually +2 well-being. That's the big up for it there. So that's kind of like a good thing. So yeah, so it's kind of a this way or that way on those two there. Some other crops that I was looking at have different. Soybeans is bad because it takes longer to grow, and also requires you to have requires you to have canola to make anything from soybeans. The fermenter, if you look at the recipe here, requires canola and 6 to make that. Not a lot of canola, granted. Canola is probably negligible, you can ignore that, but it's 6 to 20, which is nice. But with it taking 8 days to grow, I'm not sure on the numbers, I haven't checked the numbers out here, but I was glancing through them and just adding the numbers up there, and corn seems like the best one. 10 days to get 2, which is a long time, granted. So in 20 days you get 4. We're going off the 20 days for cassavas. 20 days you get 4. However, with this factory here, which granted does require a lot of power, with 4 of them you'll get 20 corn rations, which is better than the kohlrabi of the 13-14. So corn's probably the best crop to go with, but does require another machine which you have to unlock and power, and so you've got to take all that into account. So yeah, but yeah, so each food has their own benefits of things. So yeah, corn rations gives +2, coffee gives +3. So yeah, so there's algae is not what. The hydroponic gardens, however, do have a major advantage, and that is the footprint of them. They're not very quick. 8 days to get 45. Actually, that makes them ridiculously quick, isn't it? 192? Let me 192 divided by 24. Let me see. 8 days. 8 days to get 20. So in 20 days they can do 2 cycles, which is 90 mushrooms, which then can be processed in here. It's times 4. 4 you get times 4. So 90 times 4 means you get 360 mushrooms in 20 days, compared to the 10 cassava or the 13 kohlrabi. Mushrooms are stupidly powerful. I didn't factor them into that. Mushrooms are stupidly powerful. Yeah, and the footprint as well is tiny compared to all this. Compared to all this here, it does require a lot of water though. That's its downside. A lot of water, but you can stack these up as high as you want, and we're going to do that. That's my plan. My plan is to build here. As I said, I recorded this episode once already, so I have a plan of what to do. But yeah, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, I think we're going to go all in for hydroponics, and that's how it's going to go. So, Zuigi mentioning that the I shouldn't do this in case the devs are watching. Oh no, this trick here, crossing the stream with these here, which is something I never really thought of doing, must admit. I knew it was the thing, but I never thought of doing it. Actually cheaper if you use these ones, the large ones. They're cheaper. They're 12 compared to these 15, so they're even cheaper, and they're larger. So you get, not only do you put a path on them, you could technically put a pump on them as well. There's enough space to put a pump on top of there. So if we put 2 of those in there, I could put 2 pumps on here. So yeah. However, the small industrial poles, they're not bad either. They're only 4 logs. So that's 4, 8, 12 to do 3 across. Which, yeah, granted, isn't as good as this because it's 15 and you get the extra space. But if you want to go, across a little bit and it's kind of awkward to get things in, you could build a couple of these and it wouldn't cost you a lot, log-wise, to build a path across. Wouldn't cost you a lot. You just got to deal with the annoying flooded, unconnected thing. So, but yeah, early game, using stockpiles to go across places. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. You also mentioned about here, about walling off around here, either coming here or coming out, coming along. Yes, I want to get to this. Yes, it would be nice to do, but I'm going to hold off until we get explosives. I feel like we're not all that far away from explosives, so yeah, I feel like it would make sense to do explosives here. and just channel out straight across here so the water comes straight along and down here, and then we'll build up stuff and then put our power walls in here. Then later we'll do something else with it, I don't know, but just having a couple of power walls in here going along here makes sense. Doing it right now is doable, but I don't want to go through the effort, basically. I feel like we're close enough to explosives now to not worry about that. So, but speaking of explosives, we do need to get some science going. Let's put some science buildings in. I need to remember to do this. Let's put them down here where the water pumps were, which is prime real estate land for growing crops, but we're going to put them down there anyway. In fact, no, we're not, because this is prime real estate land for growing crops. We need crops, and there is a farm right next to us. So let's instead move those, connect that up there, and say, hey, would you plant the kohlrabi down here, please? Yeah, in its entirety, all the way down. Like that, thank you. And we'll put the science up here. We do need to get some science going. Over here. 3 in, just so we can get some science, because we're running low. We're running on science, so yeah. Yeah, you also mentioned about this here, and what I should have done with this here was there was a slope. There is a slope here. Should have put the water dump like here somewhere instead, so you could dump water into here, and then we don't have one path in rather than the path going along here, using up space for trees. Yes, you're right. I should have, but it's here now. I'm going to leave it. So yeah, we'll just deal with it as it is. We'll plant some more oak trees down there though. Okay. Trees were good for. Trees were good for. I'm going to regret saying that. I know I am. Later when we build something, but trees were good for. So yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay. So. And also, Robert Foster. Let me just click your name to make sure. Yes, Robert Foster. There we go. Okay. Very annoying. The comments come up with the @ name for you, not the actual channel name. But yeah. You said about you enjoy watching play on hard mode because you don't have the time or skill to do it. It's not skill. It's all luck. My biggest issue with playing on hard mode is that. And it's an issue I have with normal mode as well, is that a lot of my episodes are very flat. Nothing happens, nothing goes on. He says, chatting for probably 20 minutes here. But a lot doesn't happen in many episodes. And it's I know people have mentioned it in the comments before that, you know, just get on with it, which is probably what you're saying right now. But I'm trying. But my issue is that that's not entertaining at all to watch. It's very like just you know, just. Yeah, and with hard mode, it tends to be we get hit by terrible cycles like 2 in a row, and then I'm spending 2 or 3 episodes trying to recover, which is why there's been a big gap between this one and the last one. I left the game running for a bit. I left it running in the background whilst I was playing World of Warcraft, and just had the music turned off but the sound turned up so I could hear the click. It's like wood knocking noises to say that a new cycle's coming, so I could just always tab out to hear. Very easy to do playing Mythics as a healer, but don't tell the rest of my group that. They'll never know. Yeah, it's nice to know that it is still, and I don't know why I'm always so worried about it, always so paranoid about it, when many of you are still commenting and you're still here and still letting me know that you are, I hope, enjoying it, and you aren't just here because I don't know where to go with the end of that sentence actually, so I won't. But yeah, I am very grateful that you're all here. Thank you very much for watching. So let's get on with it, shall we? Let's build a thing. So what I want to do is I want to build bigger hydroponic gardens, and I want to put them in here, and I have a plan for it, and it's a very, very, very good plan. Oh, we have a bad tide approaching. How nice. Whoosh, whoosh. Doesn't stay for very long, so yeah, I like that. I don't mind that. So what I want to do is I want to come in here, and I want to put in platforms underneath here. So I want to do that, and put some double platforms in there like that. And what I want to do is I want to put in hydroponic gardens here, like going up high, like 2 stacks of 8 of them. Which is a lot, and we don't have the beavers for it. We've got 19 beavers jobs not running yet, but it will be good for food. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, like that. Now, 4 of these runs a single fermenter. So 16 of them will run our 4 fermenters down here. So yay, that's the plan. That's the plan. But what I need to do is I need to build a staircase. And I must admit, when I first recorded this, I struggled with this because I was trying to fit a staircase in here. And it needs to reach every single floor. And I couldn't, for the life of me, figure it out. But I have now. I have now figured it out. So what I want to do is, I want to run a path along here. This. Levels, and I want to do a staircase up here with a doorway, and that's kind of the exception one. And then we want to just do, like that. Do this. Okay, and I want to put a path in. Let me scroll down here to get down to the ground. So I want to put a path in there, and then each one wants to have like a path going all the way along there, like that. Okay, we don't need this top one. Now, a lot of this could be done with double platforms when you see the finished product. I know, but I'm building it with single platform just because I am. So, what I need to do is I need to get a way to get up to each floor and also get access to both of these columns at the same time, which means all the stairs that go up have to be on this one row here. And it took me a little while to figure out until it suddenly twigged, and then my brain was like, you idiot, that's so easy. So easy. You need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles like this. What you do is you go, hey, I want to go up a staircase here, and then that one will connect to there, like that. And then you build across here like this for the 5. You put a double platform here, and you put a platform staircase there, and then you just repeat that till you go back. And once you've gone back by 3, you can then come back to this side and go up again. So let me show you that here. Look at me showing staircases off. Look, we do that. Boom, boom, that connects all of those together. Okay, so then our beavers will come back around to this one here, and then they can put a staircase in here. And we connect that one to there, and that connects that floor. And then we put in a staircase here, like this. We put in another platform there. Put in there, and that connects to that one. And you can see now it repeats itself. This one repeats this one 3 floors up, and that's fine, and that will work wonderful. However, I don't want to do that. My reason I don't want to do that is because I want to get access to this central road here. Let me remove that here, so that we can get access to industrial piles, which we're going to stack up on top here. So we need this center row here to always be clear. And we can do that. We can do that just by extending this out by 1. Like this. We do the same thing. We put that in there. We do half of them there. We put a single row in there to connect them all up. And it's important to do it each row because otherwise you end up losing where you are with things. So instead of putting the ladder, the staircase here, I put it there. Okay. Then we do that. Then we do you and you. And then we do that one there. We do this and that, and then we come back to this one here. That double, skip this one, go to here, boom, double, and then we go back one to here. Put in all of those. Don't need all of those, but I'm putting them in there just because they're important in there. And then what I do is I come down here and I go, right, so you connect to that one and then come out of that one. Next floor is this one. Next floor is this one. Next floor is that one. Next floor is this one. You'll see that's all connected. Every floor is connected because the path is now red at the top and you've got the dot all the way down. And there you go. There you go. That's the case. That took me way longer to figure out last time when I was building this than that. So, but there we go. Anybody who was here many years ago for the staircase stream when I had a live stream and people were trying to explain how to build a staircase and I couldn't get it. So look, we've come so far. It's fantastic. And also I can put in a path here, a path here and a path here, and that gets access on every floor to this side. We can put in industrial piles here, or whatever storage I'm putting here. We get access to every single floor. So that's awesome. We can put in mushroom storage there. We put in whatever we want. So yeah, awesome. That is fantastic. So we can build that. That can build up. That can get loads of mushrooms. This can do it here because we want better than this here. I currently got mushrooms just stored here and here, which is not fantastic. So yeah. Okay, that's really good. That's fantastic. What else do I want to do? Well, we want to also put in some large storages. Or do we? We can't unlock the number cruncher because we've spent too much science. So I would like to get the number cruncher. It's 500 horsepower though, so it's a lot of power. But we can connect it to a single engine itself, which produces 400. So it would run at slightly lower speed. That would be okay, I think. But we'll just deal with the inventors. That's fine. But I do want to unlock the large water tanks, and I'll put one there. And one here, and that is 2 of many, because we need 1 water tank per pod. We figured out 1 large water tank per pod. We have 7 pods, so we need 7 large water tanks to survive the longest droughts, which is going to be fun. We also need to figure out the advanced breeding pod. I don't know whether it works the same as a standard breeding pod and just spits out adult beavers, like it takes 5 days. I don't know how it works, but it requires extract, so we need to get some extract going. We also need to get some treated planks going. We need to get many other things going. But what I want to do is kind of get explosives going next, and then from the explosives we can level out things. We've got like this little island here we can do stuff with. We can level this out. We could dig channels in places. We can flatten down terrain. Like over here we can change some stuff up over here. So yeah. We could also levy off around here using all of our wood. Create a giant pond, which might work. Which might work quite well, actually. We'll see with that one. We're way more than 6 down here, aren't we? Our pumps can go 6 deep, so there's no real point going any deeper than 6. Sort of. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we put pumps there, yeah, even if we just built that all around the edge without any exit, it could flood over the edge and it wouldn't flood anywhere else. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10 deep, so we could put 9. We could do 9 around the edges. Store a great big amount of water in here, and we still wouldn't backfill our river. If it was 9 high, it would pour over the edge still on the way out. So we only need to go 6 though. As I said, we only need to go 6 because our pumps are 6 deep. And then we could fill this all in with 6, and we could dynamite out and make it a nice big giant square if we wanted to, which I'm kind of tempted to do, but that's way in the future. Way in the future. We're nowhere near that sort of but yeah, so I'll do this here. But yeah, okay. So let's see how long we're going to have on this bad tide. Let's speed up the time. Let's see how long we're going to have on this bad tide. And if it's not a too long one, it'll be okay. If it is a long one, it'll still be okay, if I'm honest with you. I feel confident, which is not necessarily a good thing, but I feel confident that we're going to be okay when it comes to water. Food is another case, but we've got a bit more kohlrabi going here, so we'll have to see. Let's see how long the bad tide is going to be when it arrives. In fact, you know what? I'm just glancing over at the time there. We'll wait to find out how long the bad tide is going to be next episode. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Not a lot has happened, but we're building. Till then, as always, have fun.